Welcome back, everyone. This is We Eat So Good with another riveting bread episode.
Yes, in this episode, we explore some weird breads. Now, why are they weird? Because about every week I ask Courtney if she wants me to make her bread, and what is usually the answer?
Yes.
Yes. And then sometimes I'll say, what kind of bread do you want? Do you want a brioche? Do you want a rye bread? Do you want sourdough bread? And then occasionally she surprises me with something odd. So this week she said, yeah, I think I want a sourdough bread, but I want some inclusions. Inclusions are just things you put into the bread. So I said, what are you looking for? And she said, I want sun-dried tomato, thyme, and pickled red onion with parmesan crust. So, I don't know, I was into it. It sounded really strange. I love thyme in dough, but I also love the sun-dried tomato. The pickled red onion seemed very interesting to me, so I was curious how it would come out. So watch till the end to see what happens.
This is also kind of a little glimpse into We Eat So Good After Hours.
We Eat So Good After Dark.
Oh, that's even better.
Now, why is it We Eat So Good After Hours?
Because you always make the dough late at night and I'm in bed.
That's true. Yeah, this one took me a long time to edit because I had to film it myself, and whenever I have to film it myself, there's always a lot of extra footage I have to cut out.
Bonus features.
Yeah. They'll be in the DVD, in the heavy edition of the DVD of We Eat So Good. If we take a time machine back to 1999.
Wait, we didn't introduce Lois. I don't know if y'all remember, but this is Lois from our sourdough starter videos.
Yep, Lois has been treating us really well. She has been the star feature in all of the sourdough and some of the English muffins and things like that. She's doing great, and yeah, she's in this one, so she makes the bread work.
Mm-hmm. Every challenge she's rise to.
Oh!
Did you see what I did there? That's pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Thanks. Unscripted.
Yeah, so here I'm just doing the stretch and fold to get the structure of the bread, but the sourdough bread recipe is on the channel, so I'll put a link in the description if you just want to see the regular sourdough.
Now, is this the standard sourdough fold, or is this just your own deal?
I know you're supposed to fold it and turn it. I've followed some instructions and watched some stuff online. I'm getting better at it, I think, just with the timing. I usually leave an hour in between, cover it up with a towel, and then just keep stretching it. Try to do like 3 to 5, and that seems to get the structure of the bread really good.
Should we all be quiet while we see you almost take your fingers off?
Yeah, one of these days I'm going to do it because when I'm filming myself, I have a tendency to watch the little screen to see what it looks like instead of the knife. So that's real smart.
Still 10 fingers, though.
Yeah, but one adjustment I made here was to move the towel under the cutting board to keep it from shifting, which is key.
Nice little tip there.
Yes, that comes from doing prep cooking in the restaurants.
Now, for me looking at this, it looks like a ridiculous amount of sun-dried tomatoes is going to go in there. Did you use them all?
I think I used all of them, and it turned out to actually be like the perfect amount. I've done a couple inclusions in the past, and it always seems like a lot of stuff you're putting in there, but by the time the bread rises and cooks, I don't know, I haven't come across a situation where I've done too many inclusions. So one day I'll get there, but this turned out to be like the right amount. What would you say there? That's like a cup and a half of sun-dried tomatoes?
Sure.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So here I'm getting the flour down. So this is one of the differences when you're doing inclusions in the sourdough. You stretch it out kind of like a pizza, and then you put your toppings on and kind of fold it all back together again.
Pizza.
Yeah, it was funny because I was following a recipe online to do some inclusions. I think the first one I did was jalapeno and cheddar.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that came out really good. But when I was at this stage, I was like, this feels like a pizza dough. So when we did pizza one night, I kind of just used this as the pizza dough, and it came out amazing.
That was also a good thing.
Yeah, that was great. So you can see the thyme in there a little bit as I stretch the dough out. And in that part, what I did was cover it for 10 minutes and let the gluten rest, because if you try to stretch it all the way out in the first take, it wants to shrink back, but if you let it rest for 10 minutes, you can stretch it all the way out.
Oh, another little pro tip there.
Oh yeah, this is all kinds of pro tips here on We Eat So Good After Dark.
You should have like a little thing. Pro tip, pro tip, pro tip.
That's a good idea, actually.
Thank you.
So yeah, put the toppings on this part just kind of like a pizza. Spread them out evenly. Get everything on there. The thyme is in the dough, but I had a little extra, so I'm sprinkling it on. And then you kind of just fold it in on itself here.
If you're not growing thyme in your garden, little side note, you should.
Yeah, thyme is super easy to grow. You use it in so many things, and it's just great.
Whoa, this is an inclusion inception. Inclusions within inclusions.
Yes. Once you fold it, put more in, and again, it seems like an insane amount, but once it cooks and everything, it just turns out great, as you'll see. So fold it up this way, kind of roll it.
I like the way you rolled that, like it had some real heft to it.
It does have some real heft to it. So now that I've flattened it all out, the next stage of the process is to put it back in and let it rise and, get those nice bubbles back in there again, develop more flavor.
Now, was I detecting a slightly greased bowl there?
You were detecting a slightly greased bowl.
I'm so good.
Very good eye.
Thank you.
So,
Ungreased bowl.
Yeah, this is the opposite of a greased bowl. So I got my flour in there to keep it from sticking. More flour on the counter. In this section here, I'm kind of just reforming it. So I'm trying to get it back into the dough shape before I put it into that other container. I forget what that thing is called, the basket.
I think it's called a baton, but like say it French, like baton.
Before I put it in my baton. Well, anyway, so here I have the parchment paper, and they sell these. I just realized this the other day when Courtney was looking on Amazon. They sell these pre-done.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they sell these pre-done with the little handles on them, but it's just as easy to cut it out. It takes 2 minutes.
I'm sensing a trademarked product right there. Why don't you make one?
Because they make them in China for 40 cents or something. I don't know.
Oh, man.
And then the cutting board here, and this is something I kind of got right, but...
Oh, I love a good mess up. Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Just a little off center, so
You're
I
so
kind
dramatic.
of move it over, fix it a little bit.
Beautiful.
It's not rocket surgery here. We're just trying to make some bread. So then put a couple slices in the top. This is really important too because
That's how my cheese knife is getting all mucky.
It's my cheese knife.
Oh, all right.
But yeah, the cheese knife actually works really good for this part because it doesn't stick. The little holes in there and the serrations. So give it some room to expand as it cooks. Back into the Dutch oven. And this is another part here that I usually don't do, but I'm doing an egg wash on the top to get it nice and brown and to give something for the parmesan to stick to.
Oh, that's smart.
You could use water too, but egg wash just makes it nice and crusty.
Now, would it like blow up if you don't put those cuts in there?
It won't blow up, but it'll kind of, it'll kind of blow up. It won't explode, but it'll kind of split in a way that is unexpected. So to keep it, formed nicely, you'll kind of want to put some cuts in. Now that part's kind of funny because it makes it look super heavy how I dropped it there. But it's actually not. It's pretty light. You'll see when I cut through it here, it's nice and airy, nice crispy brown crust there. Ooh, I'm getting hungry on this one.
What am I going to say?
What are you going to say?
Get my butter.
Yeah, look at that. See, there's not too much stuff in there, but you can have a little bit in each bite, which is kind of the idea. And I made a grilled cheese out of it. Ooh, yeah, that was a good idea.
Oh, yeah, and the tomatoes got all like...
caramelized.
Yeah, that's a good word.
Yeah, sometimes I'm really smart. And this was such a good grilled cheese. Oh my god. It's just one idea, but just with butter, it's delicious.
Enjoy.
Thanks for watching, guys.